rich, fudgy and moist chocolate cake is from the Homemade is Best section of my newest cookbook, Everyday Thermo Cooking. This section is a collection of all my favourite sweet treats, homemade from scratch, quickly and easily in your kitchen. The best part about making these from scratch is that you know exactly what's going in it and you know the quality of your ingredients. But probably most importantly, you know what's not going into it. So this is home cooking and sweet treats that you can feel good about. Let me show you how easy this is. Firstly, we have a vanilla bean cut in half. Usually recipes would call for vanilla paste, vanilla extract. When you've got a thermo cooker, you can just chuck the whole thing in and get a beautiful perfumed vanilla sugar. So vanilla being in, we've then got brown sugar. All the exact weight and the method for this recipe will be on my website. So look below, click the link and you can get all the details there. We're going to mill this for 15 seconds on speed 9 to get that sugar really fine and to mill up our vanilla bean. Now that's all milled up, we've got the dry ingredients. We've got plain flour. We've then got cocoa powder, which is going to make this recipe super chocolatey without adding any chocolate. We've then got coffee granules. We've got bicarbonate of soda. Now this is what's going to give this recipe that beautiful fluffy, cakey texture that you want with a cake, but without using eggs. And that's going to react with the apple cider vinegar, which we add last. We've then got some salt, which always brings out all the other flavors. They're all in the thermo cooker. We are going to sift that for 5 seconds on speed 6. The dry ingredients are all sifted. The next ingredient is 300 grams of boiling water. We've then got 60 grams of macadamia oil. You can use any neutral flavored oil. I really like macadamia. It's really buttery without the dairy. We then got 20 grams of rum, which is hardly anything, but adds a nice kick. Then we've got the apple cider vinegar, which again is going to react with the bicarb and create that fluffy cake we're looking for. We filled up our molds with the mixture. Today I'm using my silicone bar molds. These make the perfect individual size, and being silicone, they're naturally non-stick, which means they're really easy to get out, which is definitely a bonus. We filled them up here. As you can see, it looks rough and horrible. What I like to do is just bang on the bench. And what that does is just make sure there's no air bubbles underneath the dough, underneath the mixture, so it'll cook more evenly in the oven. These are ready to bake. We're going to cook them for 15 minutes at 170 degrees or until a skewer comes out moist but not with raw mixture. So you want them on the undercooked side but not raw. Cool. Our chocolate cakes have come out of the oven and they smell absolutely delicious. We've let them sit on the tray for about 10 minutes. The reason I do this is just because they're a little bit delicate, so we want them to firm up before we pull them out. So to pull them out, it's simply a matter of pushing underneath the silicone molds and they just pop out. It's really easy, which is why I like baking in these molds specifically. I'll just put them aside. And again, we'll do that. Push up from the bottom. And you can see the cake just pops out. Now you can leave these to cool completely on the wire rack, especially if you're gonna package them up for lunch boxes, but they're also really delicious warm. So I will often sneak in a few at this point as well. As you might have noticed from the ingredients, these chocolate cakes are actually vegan. Also dairy-free and egg-free, which is fantastic if you're catering to lots of different dietary preferences, like I often am with my 2 vegan sisters. Oh no, I broke it. Anyway, that can be my one for later. So like all recipes in my book that are vegan, this isn't a good vegan chocolate cake recipe. This is a great chocolate cake recipe that just happens to be vegan, which is what I really like. For more information on this recipe, on my new book, Everyday Thermo Cooking, and on my great silicone bar molds, visit my website. All the links are below. Now, where was that broken one that I'm going to eat? Oh, look at that. That is so moist.